Welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep. My name is Naveen and today I will be taking you through CMAT 2023 simple equations. This is one of the very important topics that you expect in CMAT. These all questions are word problems. So you need to understand the language of the question, write down the equations. An equation could be in one variable, two variables, sometimes we'll have to use options and then solve them. So depending upon the question, we will be looking into it accordingly. We will always prefer options. We will not prefer variables and equations because using these two approaches, we will be able to solve questions much faster. So let's begin. So first question. If Ramya gives 5 chocolates to Suma, Ramya will have 1/3 of what Suma has. If Suma gives 10 chocolates to Ramya, they both will have an equal number of chocolates. Find the number of chocolates that Suma has. Okay. So what happens here is it says if Ramya gives 5 chocolates to Suma, Ramya will have 1/3 of what Suma has, right? And if Suma gives 10 chocolates to Ramya, they both will have an equal number of chocolates. Find the number of chocolates that Suma has. So if you look at the first statement, it says that if Ramya has R chocolates and Suma has S, and if Ramya gives 5 chocolates to Suma, Suma will have S plus 5 and Ramya will have R minus 5. And the relation between them is that Ramya will have 1/3 of what Suma has. Okay, so this is just to help you understand कि क्या हो रहा है. Of course, you're not going to write down the equation and solve. Okay, let's take the example. Number of chocolates that Suma has. Suppose S is 20. So if I put 20 here instead of S, 20 plus 5 is 25. Can you calculate 1/3 of 25? Of course no. So this will not make sense. Next, if Suma is going to have 50 chocolates, and if I put 50 instead of S here, we will have 50 plus 5, 55. Is 55 का 1/3 calculate हो सकता है? नहीं. Chocolates can't be in fractions, right? If I put 30 over here, 30 plus 5 is 35. 1/3 of 35, is it possible? No. So Suma का 30 भी नहीं हो सकता. So Suma is going to have 40 chocolates. यही एक option बचता है. So this has to be the answer. So if I put 40 here, so 40 plus 5 is 45. 45 का 1/3 is 15. R minus 5 is 15. That means R is going to be 20. Okay. And if Suma gives 10 chocolates to Ramya, Ramya will have 30. Suma will also have 30. They will have equal number of chocolates. Right? I hope this completely makes sense. So not writing down the second equation and solving, just writing down one of the equations and then trying to understand. Okay. Next. Let K be a constant. The equations Kx plus y is equal to 3 and 4x plus ky is equal to 4 will have a unique solution if and only if. So in the case of simultaneous linear equation in two variables, what is the condition to have a unique solution? So I will write down the condition for everything, okay, all the cases. So if you have a1x plus b1y is equal to c1, this is the first linear equation in two variables. And if you have then a2x plus b2y is equal to c2, this is the second linear equation in the same two variables. Then if a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2, if it is further equal to c1 upon c2 or not, doesn't matter. This is the condition which gives you unique solution. If a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2, if this happens, then there are going to be two possibilities for this. One, कि ये आगे भी चल के C1 upon C2 के रेशियो में हो जाए या फिर नहीं हो. So when it is continuously, the ratios are equal for the coefficient of x, y, and the constant term, then this is a scenario where you will have infinite solutions. And this is a condition where you will have no solution at all. Right now, the question is talking about this scenario, right? So, what is the, if we compare and if we try to see what is A1, so here K is going to be A1, coefficient of X, coefficient of Y is B1, and C1 is the constant term here 3. 4 is A2, the coefficient of X, coefficient of Y, which is K, this is equal to B2, and this is equal to C2. C1, C2 से तो कोई लेना देना होता ही नहीं है, right? So we need to have K upon 4. This should be equal, should not be equal to 1 upon K, right? The coefficient of Y is 1 here. Cross multiply करोगे आपको आ जाएगा K square should not be equal to 4 or K should not be equal to plus minus 2, which is another way of saying mod of K should not be equal to 2. ये दोनों सेम चीज है, बोलने के तरीके अलग अलग है. So this makes sense, right Ashmita, good. Next question, if AB plus C is equal to T and and find A and C given that when B is equal to 6, D is equal to 30, and when B is equal to 8, D is equal to 36. Okay, so you are given an equation of the form something into something plus something is equal to something. This is not a 2-digit number. AB is product of A and B. So we are asked to find out A and C. It's given that when B is equal to 6, D is equal to 30. And when B is equal to 8, D is going to be 36. तो इसको solve नहीं करने बैठेंगे, time waste नहीं करेंगे. Options. Suppose A is equal to 2 and C is equal to 6. If I put A as 2 and C as 6, 6 into 2 plus 6, is it 30? Nope. Next one, A is equal to 3 and C is equal to 12. 6 into 3, 18 plus 12 is 30. चलो, इसी को इसमें भी put करते हैं because it should solve both of them. If I put A is equal to 3, this is 3 into 8, 24. 24 plus 12 is 36. This solves both of them. ठीक है, सॉल्व नहीं करना है. कभी भी इक्वेशन लिखोगे आप उसको सॉल्व नहीं करना है. To a certain extent you may simplify the equation but always use the options. CMAT is all about speed and accuracy, right? So don't have that feeling कि मेरे को पूरा सॉल्व करना है तभी मेरे को कॉन्फिडेंस आएगा कि आंसर आ रहा है. Even if you use some trick, some shortcut, some formula that you are aware of, it's all good. Next question. 2 oranges, 3 bananas and 4 apples cost rupees 15. 3 oranges, 2 bananas and 1 apple cost rupees 10. I bought 3 oranges, 3 bananas and 3 apples. How much did I pay? Okay. So यहाँ पर आपको ये ध्यान रखना है कि if you have 3 oranges, 3 bananas and 3 apples, chances are that the answer should be in the table of 3. क्यों? क्योंकि oranges को भी 3 से multiply करने का, bananas को भी 3 से, apples को भी 3 से, and then adding them, right? So when you add 3 numbers which are each number is in the table of 3, the sum is also supposed to be in the table of 3. The only option which is in the table of 3 is C. ये mark करके हम आगे बढ़ सकते हैं, ठीक है? But if you want to be confident, you will have to spend some more time to realize कि why is it going to be C and not any of the other options. We do C cannot be determined, so ये trick हो सकता है. So the first one tells us that there are 2 oranges. I'm going to write oranges using R, 3 bananas and 4 apples, and that costs us 15. Also 3 oranges, 2 bananas and an apple, it costs rupees 10. ये दो equations हमारे पास हैं and we are asked to find out 3 times of oranges plus bananas plus apples is going to be how much? See, we have 2 simultaneous linear equation with 3 variables. 3 variable तो 3 equation चाहिए होते हैं solve करने के लिए. But हमारे पास 2 ही हैं. The third one is the question asked. So a student who will look into this will be like, it's not solvable, will mark cannot be determined, and move ahead, which will be wrong. Sometimes you won't be able to figure, sometimes you'll be given equations where you won't be able to figure out the values of each of the variables, but still you will be able to figure out the combination asked. Okay? So, क्या करा जाए कि we get R plus B plus A. So, if you pay a little attention and you will realize that if you add them, you will get sum as 5R, 5B, 5A. So, we will get 5 times oranges, 5 times bananas, and 5 times apples, and this is going to give us 25, 15 plus 10. बोले तो oranges plus bananas plus apple is going to be 5. अब ये 5 है, तो इसको इधर रखने का, ये आपको आंसर दे देगा, just like I said. So CMAT में they will not give you a question which is going to be tricky to solve. Tricky as in, not tricky, lengthy to solve. It's going to be something that you can use common sense and solve. Like I said before, the answer should be in the table of 3. None of the options are in the table of 3 except C. तो C होगा आंसर, आगे बढ़ो. Okay. Next question. Cost of 4 trousers and 3 shirts is rupees 282. Cost price of the shirt is 4 less than the price of the trouser. What is the difference between cost of 9 trousers and 7 shirts? A question very similar to the previous one, but here we have only 2 variables, right? So we have 4 trousers and 3 shirts. The total cost So the total cost 282 rupees. Okay, and then the cost price of a shirt is 4 less than the price of a trouser. What is the difference between the cost of 9 trousers and 7 shirts? हमें ये करना है. So again, we need to solve from here the value of T and S, put it back there and get the answer, है ना? या फिर आप ये काम कर सकते हो. From here, can I say that this is going to be 90 को 7T लिख देते हैं plus 2T minus 7S. And if I take out 7 common from here, I'll get 7 times T minus S plus 2T. Now what is T minus S? T minus S पे ध्यान दोगे, from here we can write T minus S equal to 4. Huh? So this is 7 into 4 plus 2T. 28 plus 2T निकालना है, ठीक है? So it could be any of these combination. So can I say if I look at these 2 equations, I don't have to solve for S. All I have to do is solve for T. T solve कर लेंगे चलेगा. So that means I have to eliminate S, right? So this equation will give us T minus S is equal to 4, and the first one is 4T plus 3S is equal to 28. If I multiply the second equation by 3 and if I happen to add, तो S कट जाएगा, S will cancel out, plus 3S and minus 3S. So I will have 7T is equal to 28 plus 12, which is going to give us 282, sorry. 282 plus 12, which is going to give us 294. Or T from here is going to give us 42. तो ये 42 इधर लिख देंगे. So we will have 84 plus 28, which will give us 112. Right, Ashmita? ठीक है? Or we could have solved both of them simultaneously and get the answer. There is an alternate approach also, but it depends upon how good you are at addition and subtraction. As in not good, as in how quick you are. ठीक है? So alternate approach क्या हो सकता था इसमें? what we could have done was, once we reached here, options use करना शुरू कर देते हैं, ठीक है? Sorry, not here, but not here, but rather here, इधर में. So can we say that is equal to 28 plus 2t? इसको ना 116 रख देते हैं, ठीक है? So if you put this as 116, so how much will t be equal to? So we need to subtract 28 from here, right? So this is going to give us 88. That means 88 by 2, which means t is going to be 44. t अगर 44 आ गया तो फिर आपका s जो है वो 40 हो जाएगा. If I take 44 and 40, will this solve what is given here? ठीक है? So for that, you don't have to solve entirely. आपको केवल unit digit check करना है. So 4 into 4 will end in 6, right? 4 into 4 is 16. And 3 into 0 will end in 0. 6 plus 0 will end in 6. It ends in 2. तो ये नहीं हो सकता. Then pick up the next option. Next option means if I take this as 112. So 28 plus 2t is equal to 112. So 2t is going to be 84 by 2, which is going to give us 42. So s is going to be 38. So 4 into 42 is going to end in 8. And 3 into 84 is going to end in 4. So 8 plus 4 will result in a 2. वो मार्क करके आप आगे बढ़ सकते हो, ठीक है? मतलब आपको कॉन्फिडेंट रहना पड़ेगा कि CMAT is not going to be that difficult and the options are not going to be that tricky. Options आपके बहुत straight forward होंगे. Okay, next question. The denominator of a fraction, हाँ Deepak, your answer is correct. Good. The denominator of a fraction is 1 more than twice its numerator. If the numerator and denominator are decreased by 2, the fraction becomes 2 upon 7. What was the original fraction? Options. Question पढ़ते के साथ options. कोशिश करो question पढ़ने से पहले options पे एक नजर डालो. So the denominator of a fraction is 1 more than twice its numerator. So 9. Is it 1 more than twice? 4 into 2 plus 1? Bilkul. 11 into 2 plus 1? Is it 23? Bilkul. 4 into 2 plus 1? 11 होता है क्या? No. 5 into 2 plus 1? Is it 11? Yes. Sorry. Can't take it. मतलब ये होता है. So using the first statement itself, we were able to figure out कि 3 में से एक कौन सा option नहीं होगा. Next, if numerator and denominator are decreased by 2, so numerator denominator दोनों को आप 2 से decrease कर दोगे. So this one will become 2 by 7. 4 में 2 कम करा, 9 में 2 कम करा, 2 by 7 हो गया. The fraction becomes 2 by 7. Great. पहला option ही मैच कर गया. ये आंसर है. See, writing down A upon B. B is 2 times of A plus 1. A minus 2 into 2A plus 1 minus 2 is equal to 2 by 7. Cross multiplying A की वैल्यू पता करो, फिर B निकालो, फिर आपस पुट करो, फिर options verify करो. Not a smart move. Next, a 2-digit number is such that the unit digit is thrice the digit at its tens place. And the number obtained by interchanging the digits is more than the original number by 54. What is the original number? Right? So again, कुछ equation variable वगैरह नहीं, सीधे options पे जाओगे आप, एक नजर डालोगे और फिर यहां से चेक करोगे. देखो बिना कुछ किए मेरे को एक आइडिया लग गया है कि आंसर जो है वो 3 के टेबल में होने वाला है, बिकॉज 54, 3 और 9 के टेबल में. सो द नंबर इज गोइंग टू बी एटलीस्ट इन द टेबल ऑफ 3, राइट? पहला स्टेटमेंट देखते हैं. एज इन पहले स्टेटमेंट का फर्स्ट पार्ट एंड के पहले. सो अ 2-digit नंबर इज सच दैट द यूनिट डिजिट इज थ्राइस द डिजिट एट द टेंस प्लेस. यूनिट डिजिट इसका 3 टाइम्स है, बिल्कुल है. यूनिट डिजिट इसका 3 टाइम्स है, बिल्कुल नहीं है। यूनिट डिजिट इसका 3 टाइम्स है, बिल्कुल है। सॉरी, यहां पे बिल्कुल नहीं है। सो आंसर इज गोइंग टू बी अमॉन्ग ए एंड सी। नेक्स्ट पार्ट इज व्हेन यू इंटरचेंज द नंबर, 26 को उल्टा कर दोगे 62 बनेगा। ये बोल रहा है कि दे डिफर बाय 54। 26 से 62 अगर जाओगे, ये 40 भी नहीं है। 26 टू 66 इज 40। 26 टू 62 तो 40 से कम ही होगा, ये नहीं होगा। एक ही बच गया ऑप्शन, एंड स्ट्रेट अवे रीच देयर। एंड केवल पहले दो लॉजिक लगा के विदाउट इंटरचेंजिंग द डिजिट्स, एज इन 39 को 93 बिना किए हुए, अगर इफ आई trust on this that if you have a number and if you take the reverse and if you subtract, the number is going to be in the table of 3. 54 actually 27 के टेबल में, तो 3 के टेबल वाला नंबर जो होगा वो 39 एंड 18 ही हो सकता है, और उसमें से 18 तो हट जाएगा बिकॉज ऑफ द फर्स्ट कंडीशन ऑफ द क्वेश्चन। यू विल बी लेफ्ट विथ 39, राइट अश्मिता? ओके, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। There are a total of 500 seats in a tier placed in some rows having equal number of seats. Okay, it's theater. So there is, it's combined word. You know, the tier kya? So there are a total of 500 seats in theater placed in some rows having equal number of seats. After the renovation, the number of rows increased by 5, but the number of seats in a row remains same. If the total number of seats after the renovation increased by 25%, then how many rows and how many seats in a row were initially in the theater? Okay. So this can be solved in at least 3 different ways. The easiest one is of course going to be options. The second one is assuming a value and solving. थर्ड वाला हो गया इक्वेशन लिखना, मतलब वेरिएबल वगैरह यूज करना. बट बिफोर दैट वी नीड टू फाइंड आउट कि सपोज दिस इज अ थिएटर, नॉट दिस थिएटर, सम रैंडम थिएटर, जहां पे ये सारे सीट्स हैं. ठीक है, इफ आई आस्क यू हाउ मेनी सीट्स आर हियर, तो आप ऐसे काउंट करोगे 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 15 20, or you may count like this: 4 plus 4 8 plus 4 12 plus 4 16 plus 4 20. So in either case you will be getting 20. या फिर you count the number of columns, you count the number of rows and multiply them, और ये आपको आंसर दे देता है. प्रोडक्ट का मतलब ही यही होता है. दिस इज व्हाट मल्टीप्लिकेशन इज ऑल अबाउट. व्हेन यू राइट 7 into 6, इट मींस 7 rows 6 columns, 6 rows 7 columns. कुछ भी ले सकते हो, यू कैन इंटरचेंज दैट. नाउ सिंस हियर द नंबर ऑफ रोज एंड कॉलम्स आर नॉट नोन, ऑप्शन से पता चल जाएगा, बट इट सेज इफ देयर आर 500 सीट्स इन द थिएटर प्लेस्ड इन सम रोज हैविंग इक्वल नंबर ऑफ सीट्स, मतलब ये बराबर होंगे हर एक में. सो 500 किससे किससे बनता है? 20 into 25 is 500, 20 into 20 is 400. ये तो नहीं हो सकता. 10 into 50 is 500, 50 into 10 is 500. So the 3 options make sense. Okay. Next it says the number of rows increased by 5. मतलब rows up 25 अगर कर दिया हमने, but the number of seats remained same. ठीक है. So पहले 20 into 25 यानी 500 थे. Now you have 25 into 25, that is 625. If the total number of seats increased by 25%, क्या ये 25% से बढ़ा? 500 का 25% means 1/4, right? So क्या ये 25% का increase है? 1/4 of 500 is 125. 500 plus 125 is 625. Yes, ये total overall 25% से बढ़ रहा है. So A becomes your answer. If this would not have been the answer, we would have moved to C option, क्योंकि B was already eliminated. B नहीं होता, sorry, C नहीं होता ऑप्शन, तो फिर D चेक नहीं करते, D टिक कर देते. गुड दीपक. A is the answer. Okay. Next question. If A is between 0 and 1, which of the following statements is or are true? So you can have more than one statement which is going to be true. Okay. A square minus 1 is greater than 0. A square plus 1 is greater than 0. A square minus A is greater than 0. Right? तो आप कोई भी एक वैल्यू ले लो 0 और 1 के बीच में. कोई ग्राफ नहीं बनाने का. कोई एक वैल्यू ले लो आप. So suppose if I take A is equal to 0.1. पुट कर लो आप इधर. ठीक है. So 0.1 square. So A square बोले तो 0.1 का square, which is going to be 0.01. 0.01 minus 1 is greater than 0. Now, A square plus 1, that is 0.01 plus 1 is greater than 0. Of course, A square will always be a non-negative value. As per the condition given, it will always be a positive value. Positive value plus 1 will be positive, right? Greater than 0 is another way of saying positive. So, ये तो true हो गया. A square is 0.01 minus 0.1. 0.01 is a smaller value, 0.1 is relatively larger. Minus करेंगे 0.1 from 0.01, it will give you a negative value, it won't be positive. तो ये भी नहीं होगा. Right? So the correct option is going to be A. Only second statement is true. Correct? आपको वापस कोई अगर confident नहीं हो कि देखो first and third तो false हो गया. Right? Because they say necessarily true. मतलब true होना चाहिए. Not necessarily, but true लिखा है मतलब हमेशा होना चाहिए. So first and third definitely they are not true. So second, if you are not confident as to if it's true or not, so take some other value of A. Okay, apart from 0.1, 0.9 ले लो, 0.5 ले लो. Put it again and see. Every time if you find out that is coming out to be true, you need to give up and assume that this is what the pattern is. This is what it is going to happen, so that you don't have to check more values. Okay. Next one. In the equation x square plus kx plus 1 is equal to 0, if the roots are real, then what can be the possible range of values of k? So, in the case of a quadratic, how do you find out if the roots are real or not? So what you do is you calculate discriminant, and discriminant is given as b square minus 4ac. Now, if this discriminant is greater than or equal to 0, your roots are going to be real. And if discriminant is going to be negative, as in less than 0, the roots are going to be imaginary. यही दो केसेस हो सकते हैं दुनिया के किसी भी वैल्यू के लिए, या तो वैल्यू पॉजिटिव होगा या नेगेटिव होगा या जीरो होगा. So when it is non-negative, which is 0 or positive, it becomes real, and if it's negative, the roots become imaginary. So all we have to do is find out the value of discriminant from the given quadratic. So here, if you compare, A is 1, B is k, C is 1, right? So we will have b square minus 4ac should be, since we need real roots, it should be greater than or equal to 0. So you will get k square is greater than or equal to 4. Now, do you know how to solve this inequality? If you know, great. If you don't know, option से value put करने का. K less than or equal to -2. तो -2 या उससे छोटा कोई नंबर ले लो आप. मैंने ले लिया -4. If I put -4 here, -4 का square is greater than or equal to 4. बिल्कुल. Right? If I take k is less than or equal to -2 में -10 ले लिया. If I put -10 here, -10 का square is greater than or equal to 4, as in 100 is greater than or equal to 4. बिल्कुल होता है. If you pay attention, then the other options, they have a combo of it. है ना? तो ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा. K greater than or equal to 2, so I will take k is equal to 3. If I put 3 here, 3 का square is greater than or equal to 4. Makes sense. K 10 makes sense. The moment you get both the options, and there was an option which says both A and B, so that's the reason why we did not stop at A, we checked the other options. तो ये चेक करने का जरूरत है नहीं, because एक ऑप्शन मैच कर रहा है. But if you take a value between -2 and 2, suppose if I take 0, 0 lies here in this range. So 0 का square is greater than or equal to 4? नहीं, 0 4 से बड़ा तो होता नहीं. So both will make sense. That means the correct option is going to be D, both A and B. Right? Right, Ashmita. Right, Deepak. Good, good. Next. What is the least integer value of A such that whatever the quadratic has given has no real roots? Abhi dekha. When do we get non-real roots? You get non-real roots when discriminant is less than 0. Non-real का मतलब हो गया another way of saying imaginary. ठीक है, जो रियल नहीं है वो इमेजिनरी है. जो लाइफ में आप आसपास देखते हो जो रियलिटी नहीं है, जैसे घोस्ट, वो इमेजिनरी है. ठीक है. सो दिस इज व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू हैव. अब क्या करना है, अपन इधर से वो नहीं करेंगे b स्क्वायर माइनस 4ac, बिकॉज वी आर गोइंग टू हैव 6, वी आर गोइंग टू हैव 3a प्लस. कौन कर रहा है इतना? ठीक है. ऑप्शंस. Since the question is asking us about the least integer values, तो सबसे छोटा इंटीजर क्या है? 1. इधर से शुरू करते हैं. Suppose if I put 1 there, so I'm going to get 4x square plus 6x plus 2 is equal to 0. The discriminant that I'm going to have will be 6 का square minus 4 into 4 into 2. b square minus 4ac. 4 into 4 is 16, 16 into 2 is 32, and this is 36. 36 minus 32, is it negative? Nope, it's not. तो ये नहीं होगा. Next integer. 2. So if I put 2 over there, 3 into 2 plus 1, we will have 7x square plus 6x plus 2 is equal to 0. So discriminant from here is going to be 6 ka square minus 4ac. So this is going to be 36 minus 7 into 4, 28, 28 into 2, 56. 36 minus 56 is negative. It is less than 0. So B ho gaya answer. Not going to write down the equation and not going to solve an equation in variables. ये आपको हर बार करना है. Initially when you are practicing थोड़ा सा struggle होगा कि क्योंकि आदत नहीं है options use करने की. Sometimes you will find that using the options for a particular question or for a type of question, it's taking more time than the conventional method. Sometimes you will not feel confident enough. ठीक है, पर एक बार practice हो जाए ना, तो cutoff is not going to be your concern. Your concern is going to be, am I going to be in the top 10 or top 50 or top 25 students in the country? That's where you go. That's what you start thinking. Next one. Let P and Q be the roots of the equation x square minus mx minus n. ठीक है, A, B, C है उधर. A is 1, B is minus m, C is minus n. Where P is less than Q. ये भी कुछ दे दिया है. P और Q दो रूट्स हैं, वो उससे कम है. If P plus Q is equal to 4 and 1 by P plus 1 by Q is equal to minus 1 by 80, then what is the value of 20m plus 2n? हमें ये पता करना है. So this is the kind of question which I will leave at the very moment I read all of this. I'll leave it in CMAT exam. अभी practice करने में कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. We have enough time, right? हम 2 मिनट भी दे सकते हैं. And you can actually attempt this question in the exam if you happen to solve the previous questions the way we have solved it. 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30, 40 seconds में solve किया max. ये आपको time लगने वाला है. Okay? Why? क्योंकि अगर आप देखोगे तो this is about sum of the roots, right? Whenever you are given the roots and this sum is given, so it's about sum of the roots and product of the roots. So I believe you guys are aware of that if you have a quadratic of the form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, and if it has two roots, let's say alpha and beta, then their sum is given as minus b upon a and their product is given as c upon a. राइट ठीक है, अब इसको कंपेयर कर लेते हैं. क्वाड्रेटिक को उधर से, अल्फा बीटा इधर है, पी एंड क्यू. सो फ्रॉम हियर कैन वी से दैट द सम ऑफ द रूट्स दैट इज p प्लस q is going to be minus b by a. And what is p plus q? P plus q we already know, it's already given to us as 4. है ना? So if you compare this, we will have m is equal to 4. So m की वैल्यू है 4. तो 80 तो इधर ही आ गया. ठीक है? Next, p into q as in the product of the roots is given as c upon a, which will be minus n upon 1. But what is product of the roots given to us? We have no idea. है ना? How, from where can we find out what is the product of the roots? इधर से. So here, if I multiply the denominators of both the fractions, I'll get pq in the denominator and I will get p plus q in the numerator, and that is given as, don't forget the negative sign, minus 1 upon 80. Now, if I cross multiply, I'll have minus pq is equal to 80 into p plus q, right? And what is p plus q? We already know what p plus q is. So this is going to be 80 into 4. So from here, can we say PQ is going to be minus 320? So P into Q is minus 320. Minus n is equal to minus 320. बोले तो n is equal to 320. n की वैल्यू 320 है. 320 into 2 is 640 and 20 into 4 is 80. ये दोनों ऐड होके आपको 720 देते हैं. राजकुमार, why do you want the exam to postpone? सिलेबस कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ है, आपकी पढ़ाई नहीं हुई है. Why do you want to postpone it? Clear? See, this is the only, or let's say the fastest way of doing this. Even if I start using options, ये नहीं होने वाला. ठीक है, because we are going to have two variables. We have certain fixed values for p and q such that this makes sense, right? What was the use of p less than q? इसका कोई use था नहीं as such. This would have been only used if you were trying to find out the, let's say, the actual values of p and q. पर हमने actual values find out करने की कोशिश नहीं करी है. हमने directly m और n की value निकाल ली है. ठीक है? So राजकुमार, नहीं, nothing is being out yet. That the exam for the MHCT exam is going to be postponed. If you are banking on, मतलब आप विश्वास कर रहे हो कि exam postponed हो जाएगा, फिर अपन पढ़ाई करेंगे, then you are going to study. Okay, that's not going to happen. Okay, so there is no reason that the exam should get postponed. I mean, it can, which is a very rare scenario. It's like इस साल आपका birthday आप नहीं मना पाओगे. Very rare scenario, right? Same thing. So that's all. Make sure that you like the video, and if you have not yet subscribed, subscribe it. So new batch is going to start very soon, which is our CAT 2023 comprehensive program plan. So in this particular batch, we provide you with a tablet where you get more than 300 engaging videos. We provide you with more than 200 hours of live classroom sessions where we discuss the concepts and problem solving. We provide you with more than 75 mocks related to MBA as well as related to CAT as well as other management entrance tests. We provide you with more than 10,000 questions. More than 10,000 questions means every day if you solve 300 questions, तब भी complete नहीं होने वाला. ठीक है? हर दिन 300 questions करोगे cover तो. You get more than 300 engaging videos. Those are recorded. We will provide you with, the videos, the concept videos, and all the learning material that is required for every section, each of the sections, not just quant, verbal, and LRDI. It's also about your general awareness, GK, decision making, DI specific to IFT. So all those topics are covered. We will also help you with your GDPI and VAT preparation. We provide with more than 15 live as well as recorded sessions. And we will provide you with 4 hard copy books and also last 5 years of last 5 years questions with solutions. Solutions as in proper solutions. Rajkumar, so say it happens, right? When in school days, especially my board exams, I was like, कुछ भी हो जाए, earthquake आ जाए, आग लग जाए स्कूल में मेरे, फिर भी मेरा बोर्ड एग्जाम या मेरा स्कूल का एग्जाम कुछ भी हो जाए. एंड ऑफ कोर्स व्हेन आई एम सेइंग अर्थक्वेक, सो इट इज लाइक पूरा एम्प्टी, केवल वो बिल्डिंग गिरे, आग लगे तो देयर इज नोबडी इनसाइड, केवल वो बिल्डिंग जले. ये हर बच्चे का होता है सपना. व्हाई नॉट प्रिपेयर्ड? डू यू थिंक इफ द एग्जाम गेट्स पोस्टपोन्ड बाय 5 days और 1 week और 1 month, यू विल कवर योर सिलेबस? एग्जाम कल हो या फिर 1 week later, you are still going to score the same. It's not that 1 week later means you are now going to study. So anyone who is thinking that the exam should get postponed, it means even if we give them a year to study, they will still not be able to do that. Next year also they will have the same thing. अरे यार अभी तक complete नहीं हुआ, चलो एक बार और postpone करवाते हैं. That's what a lot of colleges and students and aspirants of other competitive exams they have been doing. Online के excuse देके पढ़ाई नहीं करी. भाई ऑनलाइन था, इतना टाइम था, घर पे पढ़ लेना चाहिए था, है ना? And in order to join that batch, we bring you a scholarship test wherein you can avail up to 90% scholarship. The scholarship test is going to be held on 4th of March at 7 p.m. हाँ Ariba, enough है, but the assumption is you may have studied, the concepts before. Practice के लिए 1 month is more than enough for CMAT. So on 4th of March at 7 p.m, please make sure that you write this scholarship test, whether you're going to appear for the batch or not. This will be like a free mock to you, and for that you will have to first of all register. Without registering, you won't be able to write it. So download the app. Okay, the link to downloading the app from Google Play Store is given in the description. It's also been given in the chat. So click on that link, go to the app, download it, write the test. Okay, it's free. Test is not charged. On 7th March, 7 p.m, Mr. Saril is going to discuss about how to maximize your score in CAT 2023. He's going to discuss the CAT test taking strategy. He is going to tell you what all should you do in order to maximize your score in mocks and eventually in the actual exam. Okay, so for this also you will have to register. Okay, you have got limited seats, so इसको आप register करो और फिर attend करना. 100 most expected MACET questions from 6th March onwards is going to happen. Okay, definitely join this, because every year whenever we do 100 most expected questions, there are a lot of questions that actually come in the exam. Not the same value. Values will change, but the concept or the language of the question that remains same, which is a very good thing. It's like if you look, पूछते हैं ना सर एग्जाम का क्वेश्चन बैंक मिल जाए जिधर से क्वेश्चन आ जाए, so very good place. Okay, so our any series that starts with 100 most expected, we curate it after a lot of thought process, after a lot of thinking goes in. क्या आ सकता है, क्या नहीं आ सकता है. GK especially, there are tons of questions that are discussed today, and if day after tomorrow you have an exam, those questions will come. So please make sure that you attend this. It's going to be at 3 p.m, 6th March onwards. ठीक है? Thank you. Thank you everyone. Thank you for joining. Make sure to subscribe our channel. Make sure to follow our Instagram page, and you can like our Facebook page as well. You can join our Telegram channel as well, which is BYJU'S Exam Prep for MBA. And you can download our app for free and watch tons and tons and hundreds of hours of videos, all for free. The link to everything is given in the description below. Thank you for joining. I'll see you later. Bye.